Hello, how are you? Sorry I'm late. I just wrote like this 1,700 word paper so that I can talk about this discussion. And I wanted to make sure it sounded right. And I took too long my makeup. But since you're here, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have a lot to talk about. So for guys, sorry. Hello, bros and hoes. My name is B Dunn. They also call me the Healthy Hoe. I'm a natural healer and I do health news and hoe news. So today we're going to talk about are hoes bad for the culture? But first, I'm going to read off a couple headlines of some articles that I posted on Facebook.com/thehealthyhoe. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but if you do follow me on Facebook, you may have noticed that you may not see some of my articles. I think they've been kind of shadow banning me, but hey, whatever. Because, the powers that be, they get mad when you tell the truth about some things, so whatever. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. Okay, first one. So now ayahuasca is being used as a westernized wellness treatment. Okay. I'm going to read that. This is a really terrible story. A teenage Chili's hostess was attacked by a group of adults for enforcing social distancing guidelines. And this is in Baton Rouge. Like, you got to be some real cowardly bitches to attack a 17-year-old girl. Like, this girl's hair is all snatched out. They hit her in the eye with a wet floor sign. I'm not from Opelousas, so don't do that. I hate Opelousas. Anyway, I'm from Baton Rouge, if you didn't know that. That's why you didn't see me, like, before 2001. That's why. So, my mother married you-know-who, and we moved to Opelousas. I'm not from Opelousas. I don't claim Opelousas. Okay. Anywho, if I had been there, I would have helped. Like, where was this girl's coworkers? That's so sad. Not okay. What else? Nearly half of women say they've been cheated on during the pandemic in a dating app survey. Where were they going? It's bad when your man finds a way to cheat when you're on lockdown. That is a problem. Okay. Video shows man's anti-mask tirade in an Arizona grocery store before he is carried out. And they had a picture of Sprouts, and I swore I thought that was me. I didn't have a tirade, but I remember someone went and snitched I wasn't wearing my mask correctly. Okay, now this next article. So Twitter put CeeLo Green in his place after calling modern music immoral. Now, if you go and read this article, you will see about how he basically said that a woman can't consent because she's asleep or knocked out and drugged out or whatever. So y'all go read that. It's so disgusting. So disgusting. This is crazy. A Texas judge accused of shooting at husband's girlfriend during an argument. Y'all, this bitch is a thug. So she was already facing charges because she was like using campaign funds to buy jewelry and to pay bills and stuff or something. So she was misusing campaign funds, and then she goes and shoots at her husband's girlfriend. This is a judge, y'all. She said, "Don't let this roll fool y'all." Oh shit. If she goes to jail and she has to see the people she's locked up, that is not going to be good. It's going to be real bad. Okay. Cardi B says she spent $100,000 to get everyone tested for COVID before her video. Ooh, Lord. Girl, I didn't even know the test cost that much, I guess. Weird. Okay, I guess that's about it for live news. I'm going to go ahead and get started with my 1,700 word paper. Are hoes really bad for black culture? Sorry. Are hoes really bad for black culture? Did our parents fail us? Are Cardi B and Megan the Stallion teaching our daughters to be strippers? Did Master P teach us how to make crack and sell it? I'm just saying. So I'm going to bring up OnlyFans first because a lot of guys seem to have an issue with this because it is in style, the apocalypse. Women have been making money on the internet for some time, so this is very popular. Now, I can understand a man not wanting the possible future mother of his children naked on the internet. That's fair. But also understand that no one is going to pass up money today if they need it in case they might need you in the future. Also, due to the apocalypse, a lot of women are out of work. So they also may have two daughters to take care of because her father didn't marry her before he got her pregnant twice. I really don't, the whole OnlyFans thing, I personally don't have one. I don't really want one. But, I mean, I can understand that being a concern because nobody really wants to see their woman just all out there for the world. I get it. I do. It's a fair argument. But as far as women being back, hoes being back for black culture and everything, I think that you should raise your kids to understand that sex is for adults. Also, a stripper can quit tomorrow. You can't quit being a baby mama. And also, we wouldn't have hoes if men weren't chasing us down for sex. See how that works? Now, the other day, I think this was Monday, I stumbled upon a video by Dr. Boyce Watkin. He was going live. I've been following this page called Black Knowledge for some years, and I mean, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. I don't even know who this guy is. I saw a thumbnail for him on doing a Breakfast Club interview, but I never clicked on it. And I saw his live, and it said something about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and the WAP video and all that. I'm like, let's go see. So I'm listening, and he just started going in saying, oh, I introduced myself. I'm like, okay, I'm a stripper. Well, you know, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but, you know, I'm here to be real. I'm like, my feelings aren't hurt. Like, what can I say what you have to say? And he just, it was more than a disagreement. It's like he was just trying to shame women for wanting more. And it really just, it was annoying. And when it got to the point where he started saying how Cardi B looks like her mom drank when she was pregnant with her, and she had fetal alcohol, so all kind of stupid stuff. I'm like, this is stupid. And if you go to his page, he just keeps making videos and making posts. I wonder why he's so obsessed with hoes. But this is how you know it's a mind fuck. When a guy has a whole bunch of problems and no solutions. That's all I saw. And before we get started, I just want you to know that I'm not here because he just hurt my feelings and I don't want to be the healthy hoe anymore and I'm going to quit stripping tomorrow. It's not about that. I'm here to show women the hypocrisy. And I'm here to show you how when you decide to live this risque lifestyle that you can't care what people think because it's really none of their goddamn business. If you don't like strippers, don't go to strip clubs, don't hire them for your bachelor parties. Oh, but you might not have a bachelor party because you're probably not going to marry your baby mama. How about that? Anyway, so if you don't like it, don't participate. We don't care. Okay, so shout outs to all the black men who actually care enough about us and want us to do better. They've taken the time to basically sell out their kind and write us books to teach us how to not let men play us for fools. Tariq Nasheed wrote Play or Get Played. Steve Harvey wrote Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. And G.L. Lambert, my favorite, he wrote Hoe Tactics. And he wrote Why Men Don't Love Women Like You. You go, bros. Another thing I forgot to mention, as far as the whole hoe thing, when I read Hoe Tactics, I mean, I've never really been a person who wanted to go out there and just sleep with any old man to get money. That ain't my story. So I read Hoe Tactics, I was like, oh, wow, that's so smart. You don't have to have sex, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I really identify with that book. I'm about working smarter, not harder. Now, Dr. Watkins, he mentioned in his live how he's got 2 daughters. The youngest one is like 9, and he was talking about how he was teaching her about a lemonade stand and how to be a boss because he doesn't want her to be a stripper. Now, no one, I would hope, would want their kids to grow up to be strippers. I would hope. No one is saying for you to have your child's birthday party at Magic City. No one is saying that. But he's talking about strippers so damn bad, he's basically disrespecting his daughters every single day that they watch their mom shack with a man who got her pregnant twice and has been waiting for over 10 years to be his wife. He's more worried about her growing up to be a stripper than he is about her being a baby mama. I love that. Strippers have underlying daddy trauma. Now, if girls grow up in a home where they had to watch their father call their mom his fiance instead of his wife their whole lives, then they may be traumatized. Just saying. And I said this in a live stream, like, you're not preaching celibacy. So what is the real problem here? I'm trying to teach women to find intelligent, accomplished men who make money legitimately. No smart hoes are checking for drug dealers, like he says. We don't have time to end up in court. And also, no one is popping pussy for Red Lobster. I've never heard Cardi or Megan say that they even eat there. And I've also never heard them say that they have any babies out of wedlock, but that's beside the point. Back to the mindfuck thing. This is how you know that a guy's really just butthurt about these women, because he's just bringing up all these really, really bottom of the barrel example of hoes. He's not talking about the Nina Petersons who are $1 million sugar babies, and her kids, her 2 children, their college is paid for before they got out of middle school. We don't talk about stuff like that. You talk about these girls who are out here fucking for Red Lobster. See, all problems and no solutions. We ain't got a problem with them being baby mamas, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Now, the women I'm talking about, Megan and Cardi, of course, they're millionaires. Megan is about to graduate from HBCU debt-free. You go, ho. My whole spirit animals are millionaires, okay? They nor I would even go pee in Red Lobster. A lot of older men aren't going to speak to you from a place of wisdom. They're speaking from nostalgia. They're still chasing pick-me's while they're wishing that they could have hoes. They also want the younger guys to benefit from the mindfuck that they've had us under since the neo-feminists fucked the game up in the 60s. They don't have gray hair. It's just dust. Remember, they don't want women to wise up and leave the pick-me plantation. When more women start escaping from broke nigga captivity, then who will have the bums, dusty little babies out of wedlock? Men want what they want, but they buy what they can afford, i.e., pick-me's. Remember, slave plantations didn't need fences. Losers are scared that their women are going to wise up, go get their bodies done, and then upgrade. This is why they're trying to keep pick-me's off the endangered species list. That's why. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there were quite a few instances of this. A white girl auctioned off her virginity for $3.9 million. I didn't hear any white men dragging her. She actually had a couple multi-million-dollar bids. You think that millionaire prostitute gives a fuck what some broke losers think about her? I'm sure she wipes her tears with $100 bills. Slowpoke disclaimer. I am not telling women that they need to go out there and put their vaginas on the market. That is not what I'm doing here. I'm here to tell women, listen, a man will put you on a leash and walk you like a dog if you let him. Be smart. If you can get ahead, do it. I think that it's better to do this in a smart way instead of just selling your body, personally speaking. I'm not going to encourage you to do something I'm not doing. I'm not an escort. I'm not on, what's that website? Whatever website. I didn't auction off my virginity. Now, if I had a time machine, I probably would go auction it off. I mean, bro, millions of dollars. Man, bro. I'm just saying. But no, I'm not encouraging women to do that. I'm telling women to keep it locked down and find someone that actually loves you. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can also find a man who loves you that'll pay your bills. Even better. Remember, poor males throw the word prostitute around to guilt you into dating them for free. For instance, when I was on Dr. Woe Nigga's live stream, some guy was telling me I need to go get a job. And I told him, okay, you would be the main person mad that I wouldn't let you take me out to dinner for free. No one asked you for anything. Why are you here? Exactly. They mad. Because these are the type of guys still got to pick me at home that they're disrespecting while they typing and talking shit to a woman that couldn't give a less than a fuck about them. Exactly. Now, as far as the whole throwing a prostitute word around, old broke white men are very, very good for this. They like stupid pick-me's who will fuck them because they look like sugar daddies. Speaking of the wealthy men, who are you to tell them how to spend their hard-earned money? They became rich because they want women. Good-looking women. Women that don't give on your goddamn nerves. Those type of women. So who are you to limit their dating pool to a bunch of cheap pick-me's? Exactly. So they're soliciting prostitutes because they know how to properly court young, pretty women? Is Bob Johnson's wife a prostitute? Of course, I say no. I think she's smart. Now, these are usually the same niggas crying about how white people control all the wealth. Oh, you go cry while we collect. How about that? And to any feminist losers out there, you male feminist losers, what about that fake made-up ass wage gap crap? Shouldn't we be closing it? Now, no one had a problem with Lil' Kim, Adina Howard, Trina, or Foxy Brown. Because they didn't preach about getting money out of men? Maybe that's why. They were just preaching about being sluts. Stop preaching to women that they're dirty because men spend money on them. Because guess what? Some women are believing that shit. These guys are indirectly and subliminally conditioning women to only date poor men because they don't have any money or gifts to offer them. And this is why naive women go Dutch on dates. They don't want the guy to think that they owe him for food. Then they go sleep with him anyway and say, I wonder where we are. Where is this going? Nowhere. The woke nigga cabal swears that they want what's best for black women. Meanwhile, they just preach at us to be cheap sluts with no value. Of course, they're going to argue and say that they don't say that, but they're not preaching against it, are they? Exactly. They're too worried about women getting money. Exactly. Jesse Lee Peterson always talks about how over 70% of our children are born out of wedlock. But he supports the great white hope. So he's a sellout. Shame on Jesse. Now, I already mentioned how CeeLo Green, the necrophiliac, thinks that it's okay to drug and rape women, so we don't need to go back and revisit that. For those of you who don't know, a necrophiliac is a person who has a sexual fetish for dead bodies. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, also. I found it very interesting that Ben Shapiro gave us 5 minutes of his time to frown upon the WAP video. Not WAP, but WAP. And he's an actual conservative that doesn't even like rap. And he and his wife lost their virginities on their wedding night. So I can actually take him seriously when it comes to a dissenting opinion. Because, he doesn't have 2 daughters at home, watching him tell his woman that she's a fiance, not a wife, for over 10 years. Okay, so, of course, women are more than wet-ass P-words, according to him. Instead of crying over how men literally try to tear us down and have sex with us, we got smart. And most of us know that you have to use your sex appeal. We now know that you have to use your sex appeal to your advantage. Appeal. Remember, you don't actually have to have sex. Now, is he corny? Yes. He had the nerve to make a lame and rude joke saying how Cardi and Meg might have a vaginal problem with possible odor because they kept swearing how wet they are. The water in the hallways of the music video were clear, asshole. Stop. The water was clear, excuse me. Now, he mentioned how they worked against what the feminists worked for in regards to self-respect for men and not being sexually objective. Ben, we can all dress like we are Hebrew Israelites and men will still try to knock us down. I'm just saying. Now, to all you neo-feminists, shut the fuck up. All you promote is promiscuity coupled with stupidity. Didn't you have a problem with gold diggers and hoes? Yeah, exactly. Your pussy is free. It has no power. There's some hoes in this house. Get out. Yes, the feminists did fight for us to be independent women, but not to help us. They're fighting for us to be slutty and promiscuous. Their movement was about destroying the family structure, especially the black family structure. And this is why we have more baby mamas than wives. They don't want us to be smart when it comes to men and sex, nor do they want us to use our sex appeal to get ahead in life. A lot of them are really horrible looking and they can't. So there you go. And this is where shit like slutty vegan comes from. And is actually being supported by the black community. Now, I'm all about women entrepreneurs, but a one-night stand burger? Oh, no. Now, let me start a healthy whole lunch counter with some gold digger pineapple smoothies and some where's my lettuce salads and see how much crap I catch. So, how do we even get to this point? Where, according to Dr. Boyd, women think that a man has access to her body for some cheddar biscuits. Because that's all our fault. The neo-feminists who bred the pick-me's and sluts that you see today, this is why you see women who intentionally have 2 daughters for a man while she waits over a decade for him to marry her. That's why. Now, again, ladies, it's not all your fault. You didn't get pregnant by yourself. Men also need to be held accountable. They want to dick you raw until a baby is coming, then something's wrong with you. Now, back before the neo-feminists helped us get naked for the world, we had courtesans and geishas. Same concept, just a different approach now. So, smart women have wanted to mingle with and marry wealthy men since the beginning of time. Don't forget that. This is not new. So, what does having children out of wedlock lead to? Desperation. So, how do desperate women with mouths to feed support themselves? Dr. Boyd? Quickly, easily, and with no education requirements? They start dancing, gold digging, or unfortunately selling their bodies on clearance liquidation. I've seen strippers with multiple kids have sex for like $100. I've seen it. It's really sad, but it's true. Again, I am not here to bash women or tell them to regret their kids. Please, I want to make that very clear. I want you to have a better life and to be honored. A mother should never be dishonored by a man by not being his wife when she gives him children. Now remember, we don't care how dissenters and naysayers feel about us. I'm here to let you see the hypocrisy and to remind you that you have things to do. If you wanted to go and work a job that they approve of, but they support you while you take a pay cut, exactly. If they ain't supporting, then they ain't important. Okay, that was my spiel. You need a YouTube. I have a YouTube. What are you talking about? Hello, Chris. How are you? Are you ready to go live, Meg? Megan, where you at? I tried to send you a request. I don't know how to work this shit. Let's get Meg on the line. Hey, girl.
Hey, I'm gonna try to do this while fixing my child some ice cream.
I still have some left over in the freezer.
Yeah, he gonna be coming down in a minute. Is the ice cream ready yet? But yeah, hi.
Hey, girl. Yeah.
So what are we getting into? What are we talking about? I mean, I know what we're talking about. What do you want to discuss first?
I guess we can start at the top of the list. Are hoes really bad for black culture? Or are we really trying to salvage the crap that we're left with from the neo-feminists and these men who have been taking advantage of all this damage, i.e. the pygmies, that these feminists have conditioned us to become? Like I said, nobody had a problem when shit was free. Now it's a problem. Even in my real life, when I was a slut and I'm sleeping with guys that never took me to dinner and I just cause he cute or whatever and I'm just there, and that's okay. But the day I finally got a man to take me shopping, oh be careful, oh this and that. Now it's a problem.
Right.
And I didn't even fuck the dude.
I think okay, so look. So maybe I think maybe you're broadcasting too much. Not saying like maybe I think that's the issue too. Maybe like some people have a problem with like how you're doing it. It's not so much as like that you're doing it, but how like, oh, I gotta do, to spin this on me or spin that. I guess they don't want it to be known. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like maybe people don't want you to, and I just was talking about this the other day with somebody. But you know how people don't like people to brag, I guess. So maybe that's the issue. Like you talking about it, oh, I got this guy to do such and such, or I got him to give me high, such and such. I think that's the issue, possibly.
I don't. I really don't.
I really just thought about this. So it really just came to the top of my head. But I don't know. I don't have I don't have an issue with, making men pay for, stuff. Oh, so maybe we should talk about this too. Like some guys like, well, we're getting the same thing because I've been told this. Well, we're both getting the same thing. Like you're getting what you want, and I'm getting what I want as far as sex. So we're both doing the same thing. Here he comes.
Yeah, they
so
try
you
to
say to that.
They try that shit. First of all, for one, they're not of equal value because the guys are chasing the cat. We're not chasing dick. That's
right. Exactly.
For one. And for two, you're literally trying to get me engaged in premarital sex. If I'm gonna do something wrong, I should do it right. Right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I feel good about being bad? Shouldn't you make it feel better? Ease the guilt? Pay the bill?
Right? You're gonna be looking at the ceiling for like 2 seconds.
That's fine. But as far as people being mad at me, I don't think it's about that because I
mean,
never.
not just you per se, but like, oh, maybe I wouldn't. Okay, so I would say that if I was in that situation, or if I got a guy to buy stuff for me, I don't think I would say it. I'm just saying, me personally, I think I would just keep it to myself. I also feel like people don't need to be in my business.
No, that's real. I mean, Heaux is supposed to move in silence.
But I know you are trying to show people, and not people, but women, So I know why you're doing it, but I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think. Now, if he was my boyfriend, well, yeah, my boyfriend did this for me or whatever like that. But if it was just like some random, I don't think I would say it. But I feel like I see where you're coming from because you're trying to show women, stop letting these men just dick you down and you get nothing but a broken heart and a baby.
Because all the things I've gotten, I never had sex to even get on, so that's my point. But and
I think that's great. I think that is great. I really do. Like, and that's why I don't understand. I don't see why people have an issue about what you're doing.
No, I don't know why they're mad because they want us all cheap. Because if everybody thought like me, first of all, these guys wouldn't have no damn kids. They wouldn't be having sex. They wouldn't have anybody to talk to.
I think people have the issue with it because, like I said, you're broadcasting it, and they think you're having sex.
Even if I was,
this is what I took. Right, it's your vagina. We talk about this all the time. Like, you don't get a right to say what I do with my cat.
No, the part that would, if they are mad that if they do think I'm having sex, I'll be like, first of all, damn, I forgot to put my earrings back on. I'll be like, well, first of all, the shit that I'm even showing you ain't enough for sex. That's how cheap and broke you are. I've only shown you a couple cash apps. I've never taken pictures of cash and put them online. Not for vanilla world anyway. I haven't done it. I've shown, like I said, a couple cash apps. Like two.
Yeah. I think I saw something like when somebody.
Oh no. Megan, are you there? Megan.
Yeah, okay. I keep losing you. And one day specifically, I think you were showing like what you had gotten. Damn it, from Victoria's Secret and some shit like that. I think
that was like the first.
Yeah, that was a while back. But I'm just saying, you had like some naysayers. That's what I'm calling them.
My family. My sister said she thinks it was bad because of the way I laid stuff out. She said it was weird.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think it's your presentation. Okay. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but I think other people have a problem with it. And
they can suck my dick.
You know what it is too? People don't like shit that makes them uncomfortable. Think about that too. Like, I had this conversation with one of my guy friends. I'm like, why do you have a problem because you're uncomfortable with this? You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I mean, like I said, they know I don't. Y'all can suck my dick. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, well, we know you don't care, but I'm saying, like, just random, like, people have issues with that because it makes them. I think with any kind of anything, people don't like stuff when it makes them uncomfortable, and it makes guys uncomfortable to pay for shit, and they're not getting no cat because they feel used, like they've been doing women all these years,
like they're literally trying to do to us.
Yeah.
I was happy I got a first shopping trip. Like, it took me all that time to finally get somebody to take me somewhere. But if I show, like, oh, I just fucked somebody, that's okay, though. Man.
Like, if you show them in a bed.
Right.
It's okay. In a bed together.
Exactly.
That's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
And the crazy part was the guy that took me shopping, girl, he had a daughter my age.
That's what he get.
And I told my mom about it. And she was like, oh, you so wrong for how you did that guy. I'm like, do you know what that loser told your daughter? Are you serious?
Right.
Why am I supposed to care about this guy? He literally thought he was going to buy me for a couple $100. He literally thought that.
And that's good for him. That's what you get for thinking. That's how I say. That's what you get for thinking.
Because he really thought that he had like a couple dollars in disposable income, and I was supposed to just go pop it for some Cheddar Bay biscuits, like Dr. Boyce Watkin said. I wrote 1,700 words.
I mean, I really think people, they misunderstand your message just because of your name. You know what I'm saying?
Or they don't
So,
want to hear it, basically. Because I think I articulate myself and explain my position pretty
I
well.
think so too. But you know, sometimes people are kind of,
Stupid.
I don't want to call it, you took the word out of my mouth.
Because also, if you're that unclear about what I'm saying, how many times do I post, hey, I'm doing an Ask a Host segment. Ask a question. Let's clarify some misconceptions. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to turn zeros into heroes. I'm here to show women that you don't have to let a man play you. That's
And
why
you don't,
I
right.
always say hoes and women with standards. You're not a hoe. I'm a hoe. You have standards.
I don't call you a hoe though. I keep telling you I don't like that name because I just don't see you being. I don't see it as a hoe.
A lot of people say that, and it really makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. But we gotta call a spade a spade.
A hoe is a tool in the grass or in the yard.
Whore. I don't like whore. I like hoe better.
But I still, in my mind, a hoe is like somebody, and it's off topic, that just sleeps with a lot of people.
But that's not true. That's why I defined it in what is a hoe.
Right.
I made a whole 17-minute video.
That video, I know.
See
But
it?
okay, so back to our subject.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it makes people uncomfortable. It makes men uncomfortable.
Poor men.
Women, they're not open mind. They don't have an open mind towards it at first, and then after they do, and then men, they just don't want to hear the truth. When they listen to you, they don't want to hear the truth after. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you, Timberland. That is a slut. She's been listening.
I don't see Timberland. Where do you see her?
She just commented.
Hey, Timberland.
Hey, girl. What's up, girl? Okay, so our next question, because remember, we got to break down Dr. Boyd here. Did our parents fail us? Did my parents fail me?
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm going to say this. Another reason why I want to make this video is because he really tried to just paint all strippers, gold diggers with this cheap, broad brush. We have a lot in Louisiana. I said this in this.
Wait, hold on, let me ask you. So he asked that question, or did he say parents failed the children?
No, he said it. He said it.
How did he say it?
Our parents failed us. And I was saying, well,
He's
for
failed
one,
his daughters.
huh?
Is that the one who's not married?
Uh-huh.
Or well, you failed your fiance?
What fiance? You think they get married? Timberland said, hey. But anyway, so I put in there, you can't paint everybody with the same brush. For instance, I said in Louisiana, a lot of us didn't have jobs. There were no jobs in Louisiana. I came out of college in 2009. That's when, the economy went to shit. So you have a lot of strippers, people with degrees, nurses, teachers, what have you, and a lot of people with degrees are waiting tables in BatonRouge. We had to survive.
Louisiana is a lot of who you know kind of people.
But still, why am I supposed to not, want to make a good living because you might have a problem? And they got a lot of women with health issues. I had to fix myself with health issues. How many years I was dealing with the same shit? So I can go work 10 days a month and not be calling his ass for any money. My bills got paid. They got women with kids who got, who had 2 daughters out of wedlock and they don't want to, let their daughter see them living with a man that ain't their husband. Mm-hmm. And they want to take care of their kids. You can't do that. They got students. I met a girl in Dallas. She was a registered nurse, and she said that she got tired of them threatening her job because she was trying to help people cure themselves of cancer. She quit. Yeah. She said, I can't take it anymore. She was a registered nurse. So is she supposed to go listen to this clown because she's really hot and she can go make some good, easy money? Of course, if you're not open to it, that's fine. No one cares. But don't sit here and shit on us over something that is really none of your damn business. If you don't like strippers, don't go to the strip club.
Once again, that's men who want to tell you what to do. Like, and they're intimidated. They're intimidated too. Like I said, I definitely agree with JT from the City Girls. They're intimidated by when men are intimidated by women and how we're rising and how smart we're getting. Like, we're not just, dumb and sitting there and just waiting for $1 or waiting for a meal.
Or a ring.
Waiting for a ring.
But I'm Uncle Boyd, I'm here to teach you better. These are facts.
What do you teach
your 2 kids?
So what was his suggestion?
To do what?
Like, he said he was teaching facts. So
Yeah, this
what do you
facts.
suggest? What do you suggest for women? Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, just let men take them. Just let men just have sex with them for no money, no dinner. And just let them just get pregnant. No
Twice.
insurance. No, like, you're not in a household. Like, what do you suggest? Like, what do you preach? Like, to me, either you should preach abstinence.
That's exactly what I said. I said, but you're not preaching celibacy.
Right. Preach that. Or preach, get married. Preach anything but what you're preaching. Like, but you're not, but he can't preach getting married because he's not getting married.
But he ain't had nothing to say. He read everything else when I said stop having kids out of wedlock. He had nothing to say then.
Yeah, like, preach that. Get married.
It's so sad. So saying that our parents failed us. I mean, my parents taught me they're creative. They taught me how to survive. And everyone's parents aren't going to take care of them. He's a financial advisor.
I mean, but, and then too, mistakes happen. You can't say some people did teach you. I was taught no sex before marriage, no kids before marriage. Mistakes were made. Boom, I have a kid. But I know better. But I mean, that's just me. I learn from life mistakes. I don't learn from people telling me stuff. I have to hit my head. That's just me. That's how I am. I have to hit my head and then I'm gonna get it. So I don't know.
But you're also a business owner. Like, you have keys to a front door with your name on it.
Yeah. But even with that, I had to hit my head. I just couldn't go off of what people tell me. That's just me. I've been like that my whole life. I learned that. I just have to learn the hard way. It's not the best. It's not the easiest, but that's the way I learned, the hard way.
I mean, I never wanted to be a stripper, but sometimes things.
You gotta do what you gotta do. And it's not fair for somebody to tell you or look down upon you because that's what you have to do.
And as far as like encouraging kids and all that, the kids in my family, my little sisters, they think I'm a bartender, which I have bartended, but I would never tell those kids what I do because I don't want them growing up thinking it's okay. I just fell into this. No one in my family ever said, "Oh, this is how you go." You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a decision.
And that doesn't mean your parents failed you.
Huh?
It doesn't mean your parents failed you. It's just the choice
I don't think they did at all. I told my dad today, I'm glad the way they raised me.
It's people make choices every day. We all have choices. We all make our own choices. So I chose
not to make $10 an hour.
Exactly.
And asking them for money. Hello?
I mean,
I work 3 days a week. Barely. Okay. I'm just saying.
You could be doing my choice. I was thinking about that.
And I started my business in a strip club.
You got clients there, so
I was doing healing sessions in the clubhouse. I had a table set up. I was naked healing people, okay?
And then I really feel like some men, especially men with titles, if you know, they like to hear themselves talk a lot. They're arrogant.
Another thing, I went back to on his page today. He made more videos. Thoughts this and girl, he won't stop. He loves hoes. And
he's ashamed.
He's ashamed.
People like that. You either want something, that's like, I think about it this way. Like, guys who are like, all they talk about is gay men. I mean, look at that fact. Do you want him? Like, why are you like constantly talking about it? Like, why is he constantly catching your attention? Do you want him? Like, secretly he wants him.
He loves Cardi B, girl.
And then it can also be for clout, also.
But he just keeps going on and thoughts this and hoes this and bringing women on, ugly ass women, of course, to talk about it. I didn't listen because I'm not about to support
that. You need to try to get on with him.
Why?
Like, so y'all can have a good discussion. He's probably bringing women on who agree with him.
Oh, of course. If you look at them,
get somebody on who doesn't agree.
But there's nothing it's like, I don't feel like there's a reason to talk because either you with it or you not. It's like, okay.
It's a discussion that needs to be had, and it doesn't need to be had by people who just agree with you.
But I'm saying, but then it would be a debate. Like, there's nothing to debate.
Yeah.
You gonna pay my rent or you gonna get out of my face? We don't turn zeros into heroes here. We don't care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So they're saying that what else is that? How Cardi B and Megan are teaching our daughters to be strippers. So did Master P teach us how to make and sell crack? Actually, he did, but I never did it.
Right, you ain't gotta do it.
Right, that song jam, girl. Make crack, make crack, make crack like this.
Yeah, girl, no, I don't know about that. But you ain't gotta do it just because they teaching it. Shit.
What about the actors and the actresses? Is anybody going down there to
right? And then I'm teaching my kid. You don't look up because they say that about rap music. Oh, rap music is teaching this, teaching that. To look up to no damn rapper. You gonna look up to your mom. You could listen to him. My kid in there watching all kind of shit. He not all kind of shit, but he watches something. No, I'm gonna let my kid watch that. Why? He's gonna see it anyway. You gonna run into me. You don't have to follow it. You can look up to me. You just know that's not real. That's not how we do things. Or whatever. You have to explain to them the difference. Now, if you don't, you're a poor mom or a poor dad. If you don't say this is wrong, this is right, that's when your parents fail you.
Right.
Like that's when you know, and I understand people can be, influencers because they're big. They got this following. Social media is big now. But you have to just teach your kid, teach your kid how to stay grounded.
For instance,
everybody is raised differently. And I think Cardi B's even said she wasn't even raised to be a stripper. She just fell into it. So, and I don't think her parents wanted her to be a stripper. She just kind of got into it.
I remember.
But again, that's what she chose. Life is about decisions.
Right. I ran into this girl. I was at a concert, and we were all talking, waiting for it to start. And this girl was like 16, and she said she wanted to be one. Now, of course, Instagram, you see all the money and stuff. And I asked her, I said, listen, on Instagram, they don't tell you the real shit we go through. I said, what you going to do the first time a guy try to stick his finger in your vagina? What you going to do when a manager tries to fuck you and tell you can't work? What you going to do when the DJ try to fuck you? What you going to do when someone try to follow you home? What you going to do when they tell you, oh, you got to pay $150 to work tonight? You know what I'm saying? There's so much
all this is glorified.
You don't know the real shit we go through. Some people, a lot of them clubs, they don't give a fuck about us.
It's like drug dealers. When somebody's coming after your ass with a gun, somebody's stealing your block, somebody feels threatened, so they come and rob you for your cocaine. They don't tell you all that. You're getting beat up and robbed by these people, women setting you up. You have, the money is glorified, the fame is glorified, but you need to know the real. You know, you can go to jail for years. So sometimes the wrong things are glorified, but Cardi B doesn't promote being a stripper. She just raps about her life. That was her lifestyle.
It was.
She doesn't rap about working in the office. She ain't never worked this stuff put in the office.
And if she was rapping about it, who would buy it?
Who gonna listen?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Girl,
what else gonna rap about? Like, that's her lifestyle. Like the city girls, they rap about scamming people. That was the girl just got in jail for scamming people. That's her life. But and then she's not glorifying the fact that she went to jail. She ain't talking about that. She's talking about the money she got.
Who went to jail?
It's up and down, huh?
Who went to jail?
The girl JT. She just got out of jail.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was in jail. That's why I was one city girl for the longest, because JT was in jail for fraud. She raps about scamming. That's why she was in jail, for fucking scamming. But like I said, she didn't glorify that. You didn't talk about how you went. Well, I lied. She did start talking about that. She did start talking. They say that all the time. So I mean, you gotta make a choice. You know. Sorry, my eyes itching.
Are you good? Girl.
Life is about choices. What you gonna make?
I don't know. I just teach women, listen, if you're going to do something, be smart about it, because I've seen women in their 50s and 60s who made thousands of dollars over the years and have nothing to show for it. Like, literally.
Yeah, right.
Nothing. And I know a girl,
there's women in relationships for years and have come out the relationship, nothing to show for it.
And they got abused, cheated on.
Buku children.
And then the guy might not even have any money. So then when she has to leave his ass, what child support you about to get? Or if he's a drug dealer, he works for cash, what child support you about to get?
Or he in jail, what you gonna do?
Exactly.
What are you gonna do? Nothing. Sit there and look stupid. Or he marries another woman. Now you didn't wasted 10 years of your life, and he didn't jumped up and decided, well, I was just here because I was selling. Blah, blah, blah. Then he meets the woman of his dreams, and then what? You didn't had all these babies for a man who don't love you and just wasted your time.
That's another reason why I preach the whole thing, because when I read Hoe Tactics, I learned how to watch how men treat me over how they look. I had to check my lust. And I
Oh my
learned
God,
that
yeah.
I didn't have
Yeah.
any
A man's
self-respect.
actions is everything. A man's actions is everything.
Because a girl will say, oh, I like him. Why? He don't even call
Right?
you on the phone. He can take his phone and point it to the sky and get the constellations, but he can't call you and talk to you. These guys are texting asking for sex. Think about this shit. And that's okay. But that's okay.
Girl, they bringing the blunt over for some sex.
But it's working. That's why they're doing it. I don't even let men come to my house. If you see a man up in here, girl, the bill's paid.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what I say. I don't have a problem about what you preach. I don't understand that. I guess people have the problem. Like, I don't know.
They
I'm trying
hate.
to figure out what problem.
A
The
lot of
problem
people hate
people
what they
have.
can't have, and they hate what they can't do, and they don't have the self-esteem to go for it.
Yeah. And like you said, I see what you're saying when you say like you a broke dude. If you know what I'm saying, they can't. When you start telling them, what you're about or whatever, and then when I see what you're saying when you be like, oh, well, he's broke. You broke probably because you have an issue with it. So I see what you're saying.
And I say that also because men, the reason they drive nice cars, the reason they get these jobs, the reason they take a damn bath is to get women. So when a woman is saying, well, you're not good enough, then they mad because they can't raise up to what we want. Or they're stuck with the pick-me's that they really don't want. You know, the type of women that sit there for like 1,000,000 years and have 2 kids and live with you.
Yep, that's what it is.
And they mad because they don't want all these rich men like Bill Gates and Michael Jordan and everybody. They don't want them to have the access to the top shelf women. Because if we're like, fuck it, we're just gonna go on strike instead of fuck with your dusty ass, that's a problem.
They gotta step their game up. And then some men, to be honest, aren't broke. They just
They're
ain't
not.
doing it because they don't have to do it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do it. I mean, if I was a guy and I had money and all I had to do was just bring you an ounce of weed and roll it up for you and I could smash, I would do it.
Sounds simple to me.
And I got the money in my bank account.
To go spend on a woman that don't want you.
Huh?
To go spend on a woman that don't want you.
Right? Or, all I have to do is just take you to get you some McDonald's. Then, I'm going to take you to get McDonald's instead of taking this girl over here to get this steak.
And there are women who say things like, who told me this, well, I'll go to a drive-through or I'll go to coffee. I'll talk to, it's just time. It's just conversation. I had to ask them, why is your time so valued? It has no value. Why do you put such little value on yourself?
Right. I don't want. You know what? I just was telling my aunt that, and she was like, "You like to go to all those restaurants and have people pay for your food?" She's like, "I just want a daiquiri." I'm like,
a $10 daiquiri?
We coming out here for a daiquiri? She's like, "Yeah, I don't want to eat like that." You ain't gotta eat. At least, still, I feel like it kind of says a lot about you. Like when you pick the restaurant. Like I had a guy who's like, "Well, why can't we just go to Chili's?"
Oh shit! To do what? To pee? To do what?
I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm not with Chili's. I'm not with Chili's." He was like, "Why?" Because I'm not. Did I tell you about that? I was like, "Nah."
What?
Like,
and you're like not 21.
Yeah, girl. I think I went to Chili's when I was 21. And look, I didn't go on a date. I went by myself. I feel like I could take myself to Chili's.
I mean, if it's open, it's like, I don't want to cook and it's literally right there. Chili's right there.
I will run to go to Chili's, but Chili's food ain't even good, girl. Look, my cousin, like she said, Chili food ain't even cooked on the stove. It's cooked in the microwave.
Applebee's is. I can't even see that comment, but Applebee's is. That's why I stop eating. I used to love that little macaroni, girl. But I ain't gonna let nobody take me there. See, there's a difference between going to go get some food and a man charming your drawers up. I went with a millionaire to Buffalo Wild Wings before. But he wasn't that wasn't charming my drawers off. It was open. And it wasn't the first date.
Right. And that's what I say. Nothing's
wrong
with, like, if I've been dating somebody, yeah, I will go sit, if I drink coffee, I will go sit and have coffee. But we're not meeting to go have coffee. Like, that's not going to be a date.
Like, I had to put on lashes, lipstick.
Well, then they like to come with that bullshit like, oh, I don't like makeup anyway.
You a fucking lie.
Exactly. Because I always say, you're not about to pick the greasy face girl in the club. Okay. You can say what you want to say, but you're not going to pick the greasy face girl in the club.
Who he's going to go after? A girl who's done up to the T. Exactly. It's called a mind fuck, which is why I had to sit here and break down your boy. Because it's all a mind fuck. And until women understand that these men are literally just plotting against us, they're going to keep falling for it. And another reason why this made me mad is because if I were younger, before, I found the Holy Spirit, and I listened to this dude, I'll be sitting there thinking, oh, this woke nigga's a doctor. He's good for black people. His favorite colors are red, black, and green. He's here to teach me about my culture, but he's still sitting there fucking me over and fucking over his fiance for the past 10 years with the 2 kids that are sitting there watching him be baby daddy.
So we just ain't gonna get married, huh? We just gonna shack up, as my grandmother would say.
I ain't letting this shit go, bro. I'm not done with him. I'm not.
We just gonna shack up. We not shacking up, sir. And he probably was like, well, I'm taking care of home. It's not a broken home. I'm in the home.
If you can walk out tomorrow, then what? Are you getting a divorce or are you moving out? Which one is it?
Well, they're moving out. It would
cost you more to break a lease.
So. But my whole thing, too, is just like, you didn't even give somebody you love so much the respect. You know?
But we're not even taught that. No one even looks at it like dishonor. No one is telling us that. They just think it's just okay and expected. Oh, no. She froze. Oh, no. Are you learning something, PZ Clutch? Oh, no, she froze. Oh, damn. Sorry, guys. Oh, no. She'll be back. But yes, does anyone else want to chime in while we wait for Megan to come back and help me expose this hypocrisy? There she is.
I'm back.
He's back.
Who's this PZ Clutch?
I asked if they wanted to chime in, but they didn't say anything.
Yeah, you need to get some guys to chime in.
I mean, like I said, it's not a debate.
What's that? You just chime in. Who is this person with these eyes and popcorn?
I'm not sure.
Are you going to put this on Periscope or no? Can you do that?
I think you have to go live on Periscope. So what I've been doing is screen recording and putting it on YouTube.
Okay.
So I need to upload the one today that I did last week. I need to record something for some like for Monday, but I don't know what I want to say. Maybe just do a very
talk about this guy
of an abbreviated version. Or just say, hey, y'all, go watch
for women who demands respect for women, but not giving respect for women to his woman.
Because, hoes are so bad for the culture. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that hoes are moral or that we all going to heaven. Do all hoes go to heaven? Hell no. I'm not saying that. But the fact that you just can't even understand the hustle, if that makes any sense, that lets me know that you're a hater. I ain't say you had to get with it, but some men are like, you know what? Hey, I respect that. It makes sense. They ain't say they want to participate, but they get it because they know how they treat us. Because I got tired of dudes just trying to dig me down for nothing. They don't even like me.
Nothing.
They don't even like you, and they're trying to fuck you, but you can't get your rent paid. Make it make sense.
At least if you don't like me, pay a bill.
But they don't like you, that's okay. Oh, I'm not looking for a relationship, but I want to fuck anyway.
Pay for something.
But that's okay, though.
I don't want to pay either. I'm not paying for sex. I get sex for free. We go get it for free. Right?
I'm not interested in that. I wish I had a time machine so I can go back and auction off my virginity. Girl. The white girl made $3.9 million, girl. Girl. I'm not saying my black ass was gotten that, but I mean, damn. Bro, that's a lot of money. Girl. Millions?
That's a lot of money.
Man,
Hey, Bayou Boo. Oh, wait, you chime in, Bayou Boo. Whoever that is. Who is that? Is that my cousin? No, it's not my cousin.
I think it's Bayou Bo. I think that's Chad.
Bo. Chad, join in. Because I have to go. I have to do my motherly duties. I was one of those women who had a kid out of the wedlock.
Oh, my goodness.
However, you won't catch me slipping again.
I've never tried to pretend like I've always been so smart or I always didn't know.
Right. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. And you don't make those mistakes again.
That's how my parents failed me because they didn't teach me better from the beginning.
She's Crystal.
That's how I feel failed, honestly.
What?
I wish my parents would have told me more about, okay, make sure that, well, stop sleeping with guys who you're not in a relationship with. Make this guy.
Well, that's kind of that sex talk. It's kind of hard to have with kids.
Well, it needs to be had because.
Hi. Someone else just joined.
I mean, I could have been out here winning
a
long time
ago. That sex talk is kind of taboo with kids. You know? I mean, and like, how do you have, and when do you have that talk? Because you don't have that talk with a 16-year-old. Because I don't want my 16-year-old having sex.
But the way kids are going, because when we were in high school,
they having sex, they getting having babies at 12. So
having 2 kids before you graduate high school, that started in my class.
Yeah. So, but what age do you have that talk? Like, I have a son. I don't want to have that talk with him at 16. But like, oh, well, he's a boy. I don't care if he's a boy. I still don't want my son having sex. Hello, I feel yes. My mom never got the talk. See, yeah, people don't. It's taboo, especially in the Black community. We don't have that talk.
Well, we need it.
I personally feel like we don't.
That's why we all damn statistics now. That's why we got men out here having 2 daughters with a woman who's been living with her for God knows how long, waiting on the ring for 10 years. That's why. Yeah,
we missed the talk. And like I said, I'm scared when the talk comes up, but I definitely don't want to have to talk with my son at 16. Well, he's a boy. I don't care if he's a boy. He don't need to be having sex you can't take care of nobody at 16.
Girl, I lost my virginity at 21. I gave up.
I lost mine at 13. You definitely need to talk at 13. Not judging you, but so that's what we got to prepare ourselves for, because this world is moving fast. And if you're having sex at 16, you can't even get insurance. So you can't take care of a baby. You can't get an abortion. You can't do none of the above at 16. So
this is about to cut off. You want to do another one?
I have to go, but maybe